Now you're playing Satanic Simon. Batteries not included or needed. The only thing needed is your soul. I'm John Retton with the retro review of Paranormal Activity, the Marked Ones. No, not Mach 1. We're not going really fast. This is not the Sanic edition of PA. Gots to go fast from the demon. And if you don't think that I wasn't tempted to call this Paranormal Activity, the Marked Ones, you don't know me very well. Let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comments, please. And it is, wait for it, from the Paranormal Activity movies. I know that's very shocking. It might blow your mind, like even Gwen Stefani were just in it. That's a tempting image. But anyway, this is, I think it was originally intended to kind of be a bit of a spin-off, while also having a few ties to the first three movies. They kind of just ignore the fact that the fourth movie happened, which is a shame because I don't think the fourth movie was all that bad. But yeah, they take references from the first, the second, and the third movie. Human Centipede them together into this, and at first you might be shocked to realize that, hey, this is a PA movie, because for a while you just focus on a totally different family, and then things start to bleed in, and you start to realize, holy shit, they're trying to build this whole big epic story, and then they did the Ghost Dimension a year later. One hardly needs to go on about it at that point. And then the series was put on ice, and then it was brought back in such raucous fashion on Paramount Plus with Next of Kin. They're doing an eighth movie, believe it or not. They're doing an eighth movie that's going to be tied into the third one. This whole goddamn convoluted storyline is just out of fucking control. Seriously, go on IMDb and check out Paranormal Activity 8. I believe it's called The Other Side. No, it is not referencing, like, going straight on through to the other side, straight on through to the otter slide. Actually, demonic otters would be appropriate. Back to this movie, though. This is focused on the Arista family, and it was tempting to call them the Aristacrats, but that joke is beneath me. I would never make stupid jokes like that. And if you believe that, you have not paid attention to the first couple minutes of this video or any video I've done. If you are a new subscriber, hi, thank you very much for coming in. Haha, thank you very much for coming inside. Gross. Use lube next time. Anyway, this was written and directed by Christopher Landon, who directed Happy Death Day to You, and Freaky. And this stars Jesse Arista, who I'm convinced is Humberto Carrillo in an alternate universe. If you know who Humberto Carrillo is, you will get it. He's played by Andrew Jacobs, and then there's his friend Hector, played by Jorge Diaz. There's Marisol, played by Gabrielle Walsh. There's Yvette Arista, Naomi Gonzalez. I apologize if I got that wrong. And even a cameo by Ali Ray, Molly Ephraim from Paranormal Activity 2, Electric Boogaloo. So yes, the Arista family. Jesse has recently graduated high school. Everybody's very proud of him. He's doing some, he got some big plans. He's out with his friend Hector and everything. He gets money from, a big celebration because it's a very Hispanic, themed area that they're in, somewhere in Southern California, I believe. And the dad even tells him, go look for a job, but, very proud of you. Your mother would be proud of you. His mother died giving birth to him. Those kind of backstories always end up well in these movies. That always, there's nothing bad that could possibly come from your mother dying at birth in a horror movie. But anyway, also the grandmother's there, and naturally, being a Hispanic grandmother that is very devout Catholic, she would understand when demonic spirits are around. Also, they have a chihuahua. You always listen to the fucking dog in these movies. So there's a weird neighbor named Anna who you hear strange noises coming out of her goddamn apartment all the time. She lives below, and she's kind of weird, kind of a very strange woman. And strange sounds and guttural noises. And they end up getting the camera at one point because Jesse gets a lot of money. He goes to a pawn shop. Going to the pawn shop as a song from this particular area said, Macklemore, weird guy. They decide to basically film all this stuff. So that's where the first person stuff goes. We do get first person camera work at first, and then we get it straight from this camcorder thing. That's actually kind of nice for 2012. That was 10 years ago. I was 31 years old in 2012. It is hard to believe that this movie, takes place in something 10 years ago. It actually came out in 2015, which I guess qualifies as retro, whatever. So they decide, hey, we're hearing these weird noises from our neighbor's area. Let's lower the camera down there, the GoPro thing. And then there's this naked girl with a huge rack. But then all of a sudden Anna, who's Not necessarily somebody that, a lot of people find attractive. If you do, that's fine, whatever, I'm not judging. But, Hector's like, oh, I just lost my boner, man, and all this, and making all these comments. And then suddenly everybody's saying she's a witch. What the hell's going on? So a little bit earlier in the movie, there was this weird guy, Oscar, that was a graduate along with Jesse. They came out of Anna's apartment. This is before all this stuff happened. And then they're trying to set off fireworks. Hector and Jesse, and then Oscar jumps down, seemingly from Anna's apartment. Despite the fact that she lives on the bottom floor, so how would he have come from her apartment? Whatever. Suddenly the police are around. Anna's dead. Oh no, why is Anna dead? What the hell happened? So Jesse and Hector decide to go into the apartment. Perfectly smart, reasonable thing to do after your neighbor dies and you hear weird guttural noises, and she saw you with a camera there while she was doing a satanic ritual of some description, or a witchy ritual, or whatever. Black magic. Black magic in this little girl's smile. No, I'm not going to do that. Not even going to continue to reference this song after a while. Okay, I'm done. This is where things get really stupid, because they're going into this apartment all dark and everything. The police are still doing their investigation, I believe. They find weird shit, a curb with a doll. They find, surgical tools, VHS tapes. Katie and Christy, 1988. Convenient that they managed to find that somehow that just happened to be there. Why does she have that tape? It was never explained why she was like this. And then Oscar's brother, Arturo, shows up. That wasn't my brother, man. That wasn't him. And then they decide, hey, let's just leave. Oh, we found a book. Hey, there's stuff about building a door, but this door means you can only go to unholy places. What are unholy places? I don't know, theaters showing John Carter or the Lone Ranger. So they decide in their infinite wisdom to do a ritual thing, and they go to an old church that seemingly has been abandoned since the Spanish-American War. Beautiful stained glass window, by the way, and that's the only thing you can see at night. They paint a mirror black with black spray paint. No, this is not Black Mirror the series, which is probably a good thing. Nothing against Black Mirror the series, but I mean, it would have been weird if they had somehow managed to reference that, and I don't think Black Mirror was out yet. They decide, hey, we're just gonna do this ritual here. Why wouldn't you do it there? Church is a holy place, despite the fact that demons don't really care about that stuff. They decide to explore the church at night. What a horrible night to have a curse. They're in the bathroom to stall for time. Seemingly the bathroom. It's hard to tell with the bad lighting. And then Hector had left. Marisol and Jesse run out and everything because they're getting attacked. They hear weird noises. Fuck it, we're just gonna leave our stuff there. Fuck it, I'm not going back there. So then they decide to play Satanic Simon, because it turns out that this demon can speak through an old game. I used to have a Simon game. It was fun for about 5 minutes. Wasn't nearly as fun as the commercials made it seem. So the dog, by the way, always knows. The grandma knows that the Simon game is possessed. Jesse starts to hear weird shit. I feel like there's something all around me, like Paramore once said. Did that Paramore song come out in 2015? I think so. So the grandmother decides, hey, I'm just going to use distilled vinegar to get away bad spirits. Get away this stuff. No, get away, demon. And the demon decides to stop Jesse from getting hurt in any shape, form, or fashion. Stop him from falling, stop him from whatever. Oh my God, I can float. I can do all this stuff. I can do all this great stuff. By the way, watch the deleted scenes, and you'll get even more of a grip on the fact that this story basically rushes to its fucking conclusion. They decide to play Satanic Simon again. He's like, are you good? Are you good? Like, are you a good spirit? It doesn't answer. Of course it's not fucking good, Jesse. You're not very smart, are you? You Ricky Martin wannabe? So, he's got skills, they're multiplying, and he's losing all control. This demon is possessing an electrifying presence. Okay, so the demons are coming after him. Well, one demon is. They just then one night they have all this confidence after this demon had helped stop Jesse from getting beat up and had beaten him up or beat up these thugs or just random guys that just happened to show up. They were, I believe, generic guy 1, 2, and 18. because they ran out of 3 through 17 because they were like, shit, nobody returned our calls. 18th guy, get out here. So after that, they film a video where it's like, oh, it looks like Jesse's floating, but then people are like, these are great special effects, but these guys are looking for attention. So they decide to go to a party because they're invincible, even though Jesse's the only one that's invincible, and decide to take 2 attractive women back to their apartment. Wait, no, they can't go to their apartment because the grandma's sleeping in the chair. So they decide to go, yes, you guessed it, to the murder apartment. Didn't fucking learn the first goddamn time. It's also got to be the biggest goddamn apartment on the floor. I mean, this thing is huge. How was this woman able to afford this stuff? Why was this apartment the size of like 3 fucking apartments that I've lived in? Jesse realizes, oh wait, I don't have a condom. I need to go and find a way to rib somebody later. Wait, no, I need to go and find a ribulation. Okay, so I'm done trying to do that stuff. He goes to get one. And the girl is just basically almost flopping her goddamn tits out. I mean, it is what it is, but she hears something. It's like, what the hell is this? There's a chain on the floor. I pull it up. There's a door. And then she looks down. Perfect thing you goddamn do in an apartment you don't know. I look down. Person tries to grab her and take her into a cellar. Yet when I do that, okay, moving on. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. She freaks out and runs. Jesse's like, what the hell is she talking about? Oscar says, you have it inside you too. You know what it is, and the only thing to stop it is from ending yourself. I'm going to choose my words carefully here. So, Oscar decides, well, Jesse, I warned you, so I'm going to write myself out of the plot. He's looking for Oscar. Jesse is, and he's like, Hector, Hector's like, where are the women? Well, nobody. It's like, well, I don't know, but I saw Oscar. Who? Oscar? Who? Where? Boom! And then he falls off the roof. Oh, there he is. He tried to make his own sunroof. So, learning nothing. They go to the goddamn cellar. They go to the fucking cellar. They find photos of him, of Oscar, of Jesse's mom, who I guess had it going on according to that song. Wait, no, that was something else. That song is really disgusting, by the way, if you think about it. Stacy's mom, that is. And ritualistic stuff. Oh, and there's a bunch of strange cultists that suddenly just come in and move the stuff out of the apartment. Why? Why not? They don't see the camera light. They come down within 5 feet of them and don't see the camera light. And and the cultist cleaners or whatever, hire them today to clean up all your satanic apartment needs. And then not Oscar, but Jesse doesn't know what's happening to him. He has literal eyelashes coming out of his eyes. Ouch, I look kind of painful or whatever. That's not how you tie your shoes. Oscar's brother Arturo says, hey, there was something going on with Oscar. This is what happened to him, his weird behavior. Hey, Allie's number is just suddenly there on the thing. Allie was a lone survivor of the whole thing. Of the thing, the incidents that happened in Paranormal Activity 2. So, Jesse then starts to get more and more angry, more and more stuff, more and more, satanic and evil, and he blows Hector off when Hector tries to talk to him. And then there's this incident in the store where somebody's talking to Marisol, and Jesse shoves the guy down. The shopkeeper tries to hit him with a bat. He catches the bat, and he starts to chase him and everything. And yeah, retail's a goddamn bitch. I've had that happen, by the way. It's really fucking scary. And then Jesse starts to lose it. We play more Satanic Simon. I want you to leave me alone. No, but in red. And then he hears the dog, the little chihuahua, and goes down into the cellar, not questioning how the dog got down there. Not questioning how the dog got down there. Where'd the dad go, by the way? The dad just disappeared, seemingly, during all this. Ghostly Katie and Christy show up. He's ready for you. And then they do that. And Jesse basically is, saying to Hector, maybe that camera can be your best friend. So obviously, Jesse is possessed. Hector and Marisol say, shit, we need to contact Allie. So they contact Allie. And she shows up and says, this is a coven or whatever. It's like an infection in your body. Talking about, the firstborn male, when they turn 18, everything. they're going to perform a final ritual. He will go back to normal, but he won't be Jesse anymore. What do you have to do? Da, 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 da. This is what you have to do. She tells him off camera. I could have done without the dog torture. And what I mean is Jesse was possessed and making the dog dance on the ceiling and everything. Like, you can tell there's a fucking ceiling there. Making it do that. I could have done without that. I mean, the dog was seemingly alright after that. But, I'm not a fan of dog violence at all. And they go to a spooky shop and everything. One of the stuff where the grandma's talking to the shopkeeper, gets all this stuff. He tells her what to do. So they decided to come up with the excellent idea to use eggs in case you didn't get the pun, and figure out that, okay, we got these eggs and everything, but no, Jesse prefers his eggs deviled. Yes, that was a lame pun. And he squeezes the egg, and the egg's got blood in it, but oh no, then we get the lights going out, because baby, when the lights go out, and then suddenly the camera does, he does that, and comes back to life. But then he's fine. And no, he's not. He's not fine. That's never how it is in these movies. So what ends up happening is they need to find, the house where the final ritual is. But what the hell's going on? What happened to the grandmother? Oh, the grandmother got killed. Why did the grandmother get killed? Because they needed to write somebody out of the plot. This is where the things just go balls to the wall, like, whatever, shit, we need to throw the rest of the action in there. They're driving along. They find Jesse. Jesse gets knocked out with a bat. That's the only way to stop a demon, is to hit him in the head with a bat. Then an SUV hits, and these coven women take him away. Apparently they decided to drive a 1975, giant Chevy SUV, or Ford, whatever the fuck it was. And they go to the house from the third movie. Literally, that's what the house is. And they bring Arturo and apparently his giant brother or friend or whatever. The guy's the size of a goddamn Buick. And there are people in the stables. Oh my goodness, there are people in the stables. What the hell is going on? The women in the coven decide to shriek violently before approaching people, because apparently they're in video games and they never understood how to sneak up on people quietly. And then Hector is all alone because he thinks he's alone now, and there isn't anybody around except for all the coven witches, and there's shrieking that's the only sound. And Marisol disappeared. Where the hell did Marisol disappear to? Oh, she just drops in, literally. How she got up there? I don't know. She got up there and dropped through the goddamn sunroof. Apparently, she was trying to make sun tea and forgot how. And then Jesse shows up, and he roars. And Hector, instead of doing the smart thing and trying to run out the front door and maybe gain away from he probably could have outrun all those old women, just saying. He goes upstairs. Jesse tries to burst through the goddamn door after pretending to be Jesse, but he wasn't. Hector bursts through this door that's an unholy door. He's in a strange but familiar house. It's Katie and Mika's house. Katie Featherston is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Just gotta say that. We get to see an actual scene of how Katie pretended to be in trouble, and then Mika comes down and she stabs him and everything, and then Hector runs away, and then Jesse attacks him, and then an old lady shuts the camera off. That all literally happens within the last 20 minutes of the movie. Just bam, 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 bam. Anyway, yeah, that was certainly a movie of renown. It actually wasn't that bad, but then we got to the ghost dimension. Anyway, agree to disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.